And then the idea struck me. So a big Hello everybody, this is Liz from Trelise and welcome back to a podcast about knitting, fiber, dyeing, and apparently also reading. So, if you're a new viewer, welcome, and I hope you like what you see. And please put a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more from me and my knitting and dyeing adventures. But this episode is a bit more focused on book reading books more, yeah. And if you're a returning viewer, this is going to be a slightly different podcast because I'm just gonna present you my book-along. So what is a book-along? So a book-along is a book club and knitting together. So my idea was that I wanted to join a book club, but because I wasn't in the mood, to go and meet a new other community online and just join randomly a book club, I did a poll on my Instagram stories asking if you would be interested if I should do a book club. Oh my god, the response was so positive. I was kind of surprised that it was so much, welcomed. And then I thought, okay, people want me to do a book club. But what should I say? Should I just let them know what I'm reading and if they want, they join? It didn't seem, really right for me. And then the idea struck me. So a book-along. So every month there's a new book. The list of books is listed on my Ravelry group, Trelise, and you will find it under BooK-A-Long. And there's also a thread about the guidelines, and then January threads for discussion, and then for finished objects. So those are set up. But what is it exactly? So every month there will be a book that we'll be reading, and we will be knitting whatever we want, even if it's something small as socks or baby wear or a cardigan or a shawl or a hat or whatever you want. But you should link it to the book somehow. So you're gonna say, oh my god, but Liz, we haven't read yet the book. How can we know what to knit in accordance with it? Okay, that's a good point. But you can be inspired by the cover of the book, but the resume of the book, the summary behind the cover of the book, from characters, I'm pretty sure most of the books will show the characters pretty much, since the beginning. You get to know them. And yeah, and maybe it can be like a scarf that you're imagining that character would wear, or this character might give to that character. It can be whatever you want. Put your imagination to work, because the possibilities are endless. So this is kind of the gist of it. So one book per month, and then a knitting item per month. Okay, you can also have a second one, you can have a third one. What goes with rules? Because every kind of small community needs some rules, and for me to be more fun, I want to have prizes and give away and make it challenging and exciting, and one to talk also about the book. I don't know what more to say. I'm very excited about it. So okay, I'm looking also at my guidelines so I won't forget anything. So digital books are allowed, and physical, of course. Audiobooks are allowed, and you should at least have read 80% until the end of the month period. I will come to that a bit later on. Knit something related to the book of the month. There will be chatting threads and finished object threads. The ones for January, they are already up. whips are allowed. So if you have something that you might think will go well with one of the books, keep it, and the time for it will come. So whips are allowed, because I thought this is a great opportunity also to finish stuff. Okay, so the submissions to have a finished object is until the 15th of the next month that we're reading the book. So for example, if, well, we're in January and we have the Little Prince book by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. So we have until the 15th of the next month, so the 15th of February, to finish the book and to have submitted a finished object to the thread. So it can be, count as a finished object and possibly win a prize. Okay, if the project is entirely knitted with trellis yarns, yes, my yarn, you will get 2 chances to win something. Donations and prizes are welcomed, and I have to say I have already have lots of them starting to pile up. I'm very excited. We're very excited. If I start to have a bigger amount of prizes, I'm gonna try to to have them for the next month. Maybe it will depend on how many people will be participating in the end. So yes, you have to sign up, go in this discussion thread and start, because we're having project bags, yarns, pouches, stitch markers. Yes, awesome things. I'm very excited. So if you would like to donate and also for me to talk about your business, just send me something and I will be really, really happy to share it with the world. I will be drawing winners after the 15th of, when we'll have the whole submissions, and hopefully, one of the next days I will announce it by being here on YouTube. Yes. And yes. And also, of course, announcing the winners on all social medias and platforms. I will be donating personally one skein, a random skein, and one of my patterns to the winner. And then, yeah, you can participate as many months as you would like, with as many FOs as you'd like. And I'm trying to do also bundles with ideas for each month. I haven't read the books except, okay, January's The Little Prince was, something more easy, something more small, something that we might have already read because we don't have much time. But I'm rereading it, and I've already created a bundle with some of the patterns that I think goes very well with the book. The other books I haven't read them, of course, and I will try to make bundles, with patterns that either have been, I think they go well either because of the colors of, the book, or the summary of the book, or, something that strikes to me. Yes. That's kind of it. So if you don't have an idea of what to do, you can also go and check there for ideas. I'm not sure if I should talk about the book list. It is 12 books, yeah. And I think there's a bit of everything. There's some, social themed ones, like The Fault in Our Stars. There's also a love story, which is a real love story. It's Gala and Dali. There's The Anatomy of Dreams by fellow knitter Chloe Benjamin. She's the one who also wrote The Immortalist that a lot of knitters read, and it was a great book, and I have it. And so this one, The Anatomy of Dreams, is her first book that I haven't read, and I wanted to. There's also the 2 last ones. The one in November is one by Stephen Fry that he wrote, and it's called Mythos, the Greek Myths Retold. So he's taking the Greek myths and they're retold. And I have to say that I have this book already in my Audible, so an audiobook, and that's the kind of books that I really like to have as audiobooks. You know, he's saying a story, but there's not really, dialogue. And I also love Stephen Fry's voice. And the last one is one that I will definitely buy and have it as a physical book, and it's called Broad Strokes, 50 Women Who Made Art and Made History, in parentheses, in that order, by Bridget Quinn. And I can't wait to read about it too. And I think it's gonna be very inspirational. So yes, different books, different whips, different finished objects. I can wait to share with you and talk about the books, the colors, the projects. If you don't know what to do, if you have already like three whips and you're not sure how to connect it with the book, we can talk about it. And it's kind of also a bit more personal, the connection of the book, because I might not see the connection of The Little Prince with, I don't know, the building blocks, but it could be also, how do you say, an analogy, like building blocks, it's like building blocks, like a staircase, and then The Little Prince is, just trying to figure out life, and it's like little steps, in life. So I don't know, I will be very, very happy for you to be involved with that, and very excited to see you. So don't be shy, just go on the thread, the discussion thread, show us what you would like to knit, let's talk about the book. If there's something you don't understand in the book, or something that you don't see why it's important in the book, or I don't know, whatever, just, talk, don't be shy. It's all about talking and having different opinions, and sharing the colorways that you're having. And yes, there are already 2 people that have already posted what they're needing and why they connected it to the book. I actually haven't started mine, but it's gonna be something for a Little Prince who's coming up. Yeah! Very excited, as you can see. Yeah, babies. Oh. Okay, so that being said, I got yesterday a message from a French lady, and she asked me if the list of the books is mandatory, or if people can do their own list of books and their own finished objects. So if you want to participate in my call, those are the books, and then the project can be whatever you want, but it has to be in some way related to that book. Otherwise, if you like the idea and you want to do that with your own list of books, you're welcome to do it. But I'm sorry, but I have to put some limits and some rules in my call, and those are they. Yeah, so I can't wait to see you on Ravelry group. You guys, let's do it. Color is power, fiber is our weapon, and knowledge is inspirational. So let's read.